Welcome to day 9 of our Women of Color Leadership Series, where I am giving you tips, tricks, and secrets in all to land a leadership role as a woman of color. And if you're new to my network or my channel, welcome. I am Latrice Huff, career and leadership coach to ambitious women of color. And it is my mission, my movement, my purpose to put more Black women and women of color in leadership roles and positions of power. And I do this by giving away free content like this, sharing everything that I know. I'm an HR veteran, HR leader. I worked my career up from like entry level all the way up to supervising and overseeing my own department. I have changed careers several times. I went from waitressing to accounting to marketing to HR. And now I am a six-figure business owner and a career coach to women of color. So I can tell you everything I know, which is going to come in handy today because this is our Q&A session. Yay! So in honor of Black History Month, February, I'm going live for 21 days straight in February, sharing with you all everything I know in the hopes to help more women of color, more Black women get in leadership roles and positions of power because we need you. That includes starting your own business, going after that leadership role, even if you don't want to supervise and you just want to be a high level, let's say individual contributor, girl, these sessions are going to be for you, ma'am. Yes, these sessions are going to be for you. Okay. So today, what are we doing? We just have a Q&A. So today's topic is pretty general. I've been getting a ton of questions from you all in the comments, in my inbox, and I love them. I'm trying to go through all the comments and I'm trying to go through all of my DMs. So if you have something, feel free to put it in the comments. I will get back to you. I'm slowly going through everything. But I also wanted to answer some of the questions that I've been getting publicly because I feel like if one person has this question, there's probably like 100 other people that have the same question. So I wanted to answer these questions for you all, okay? And I want to say thank you for joining me on this journey, you guys. And I've just been enjoying it so much. So as you're coming in, give me a hey, hi. Let me know where you're joining from. And if you are watching live, give me a hashtag team live. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag team replay. I love seeing how many people watch the replay. It's amazing. Okay. So I'm going to kind of dive right in. And as we go through these questions, if you have more, right? I kind of set us out with like 4 questions, but if you have more questions, join in. This is for you all. So if you have a question about something I said or just something that's going on in your career, sorry, this will cough, you guys. To my man, my green water. Go ahead and ask me the questions in the comments. And if you want to put them in the DMs, you can do that as well. I read those too. Okay. So I do want to say this. I'm working on like putting myself out there. If you're like Latrice, I am loving this. I want a leadership role. And this is really for those women. If you're already making 6 figures or close to it, and you're like, I want to be well into the 200s and 300s, and I want to own my career and have the career that's for me, then I invite you to join my Leadership Legacy program. That is exactly what we do. It is specifically designed for you, a Black woman, from me, a Black woman. So this is not your cookie cutter formulated coaching program. This is customized and tailored to your unique needs. And it is a one-on-one private 6-month coaching container where you're going to be working with me directly. So what we do is I help you land that multiple 6-figure leadership role. And once you learn it, I also give you once you land it, I give you support once you're in the role too. So that way, you have a strong foundation to succeed. And if you're interested in joining my Leadership Legacy program, let me put this up. Go ahead and book a call with me to enroll at calendly.com/Latrice/leadership. I will also put the comments in the notes as well. I'll also put this in the comments and in the notes so you all can get that. All right, let's go. I'm so excited. Okay. So this was my first question, and I thought it was really nice. I got a couple questions about like, what's my motivation? like what's my motivation, who and how do I come up with these ideas. So I am motivated. I am very spiritual, so I do feel like I am guided. Like sometimes I come up with these topics, you guys, just like, hey, off the top of my head, and it'll be a hit. And sometimes I have it all planned out, and the ones that I have planned out, like it's like wah, wah, wah. Right? But the ones that I'm kind of when I get that divine inspiration, like you all love, it's amazing. My energy is excited. So I will say I'm very obedient in listening to my intuition. I do believe in God. So listening to God and the source about like, hey, what do people need to hear? What's going to move the needle to them? What am I gifted at? Like some people like writing emails. I like emails a little, but really showing up, talking to you all like this, it's very easy for me. It's really easy. A lot of people like it, and I get great feedback. I'm also motivated by you all. I have a lot of conversations with Black women and women of color. My clients motivate me so much. I'm so inspired by my clients and how I see them succeeding and struggling, right? And the things that I can help them with. So I'm motivated by them and kind of what's going on in the world. Like I try to limit the news that I take in, but I do like to keep abreast of like trends and what's going on with our people and our unique challenges in the workforce. So those are the things that kind of inspire me, that it energized me that's like, hey, I sometimes I have this thought too of like just one person. I'm like, Latrice, just one person can take something away. Girl, you are good. It's worth the time, it's worth the energy, it's worth the effort. And I love helping people and getting clients too. You all watch this, you get help. My tips help you all. Usually people who work with me have seen my content. They're like, oh, Latrice, I've heard you on a podcast. I saw your lives. I saw you speak and it resonated with me so much. I want to work with you. Right. So yeah, those are the things that kind of inspire me and motivate me. Right. Um, oh, the next question was, this was good. How to land interviews without applying. This is becoming like my specialty, you guys. I love this. And again, if you have any questions, feel free. I'm gonna look at my phone, make sure I don't miss any comments. I did miss some comments. I don't know how it's not showing me the comments on my screen. I am so sorry, you guys. Okay. Um, so hey, is it Jason? Hey, Jason from New York. I have no. It's not showing on my screen, but I do see you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So here's the thing: how to land leadership interviews without applying as a woman of color. Because we think and we hear apply, apply, apply. If I'm being honest, a lot of my clients, when they're finding these roles, they're not applying first. I know. They're using a referral strategy, some sort of networking strategy, which includes LinkedIn, right? So one of the main things is making sure that you have an optimized LinkedIn profile that will attract the hiring managers and recruiters that you want for your ideal role. So this optimize just means you want to make sure you have keywords. I like to say, think of LinkedIn as like a huge search engine. So recruiters and hiring managers are going to be searching for you, for a specific set of keywords for that ideal role. It is your job to be like, okay, my profile is going to be a match in the play, and it also needs to be a match for the sections that have weight. So, like your header has more weight, your summary has more weight, it has a lot of weight to those keywords. You want to make sure that it's keyword rich and it's matching. So, if you want to be a chief operating officer, right, is some version of that in your headline, or even one step below, right? They would be searching for that. Would and then how is a recruiter going to find you, right? And making sure that it's optimized. And then when somebody lands on your profile, you should have a call to action. You should have a call to action, like, hey, email me, DM me, like have some sort of call to action, right? And letting them know the value that you add to the company. This is right on your profile. On the back end of your profile, even if you don't have that green banner, right? Which I got mixed feelings about the green banner. But in the back end, you can have your open to work on, that does not give the green banner, but it lets recruiters know what roles that you're interested in and where. And if it's full time, part time, hybrid, things like that, that's another way that you will get found. And I'm telling you all, simple things have helped my clients. Also, making sure your location is to the closest metropolitan area. And I've heard some people, oh, I put in small towns and it worked okay. Okay, yeah, but if you want to do that, fine. I'm saying, how can you optimize to get the most bang for your buck? You want to put in the closest metropolitan area, okay? And then making sure you are connecting with people who can hire you for your ideal role, which would be the hiring manager, or recruit you for or refer you for that ideal role, which is recruiters refer, they don't hire. Okay. A hiring manager hires, and someone in your exact role. Lately, and I'm going to be honest, my clients in the last couple of months who have gotten 200, 300 plus, this is the salary interviews from LinkedIn, this is the strategy they used. Okay. So they were getting interviews before they even applied because they're connecting with potential hiring managers. I'm giving y'all gold here. Hey, Dr. Io, thank you for joining. He says epic. Yes. Oh, I'm giving gold. I'm dropping the jewels. So if you all know anybody who needs to hear this, tag them in the comments, share this out. Like, hey, y'all need to hear this. I'm giving y'all the secrets that I give to my clients that pay me thousands of dollars. Okay. So y'all need to be in here. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know how long I'm gonna keep this up because I was like, this is good. These replays. I was like, I can package this. I'm giving it away. All right. So that has been a huge way that my clients have been getting interviews, not even applying, not even applying. I'm in HR and I'm going to tell you, HR is the gatekeeper, right? We're the gatekeepers. Eventually, you will have to apply because we need you in the system, but you can interview. You can interview with the hiring manager and beyond before you even apply. And I have multiple clients going through this now. Referrals, referrals. You want to get a job, you want to get an interview without applying, referrals. Having someone refer, if you see it coming, just be like, hey, y'all got any openings? Like, I'm looking for this. You have to know what you're looking for, though. You have to know what you're looking for. And someone will be like, yeah, all right. Again, I've had clients interview for roles before the role was even posted because they had a referral. And networking. A lot of times people are like, Latrice, I don't know anybody. It's 2024. Get out and know people, meet people, go to some industry associations, go to these events. They got virtual events and now they're doing in-person events. And I'm seeing more people getting interviews and offers from these in-person events. Before it was everything virtual, virtual, virtual. Now I'm seeing more for the in-person. It's worth it. Go ahead and go. I had a client fly out to an in-person event, to a conference, and she got a job offer right at that conference. Right? So gone are the days where you can kind of like just sit in front of your computer and hit buttons, right? But it's so much more fun. To me, it's so much more fun this way, right? So, I mean, I just gave y'all some very specific ways that you can land leadership interviews without applying. Because here's the thing, most of my clients and most of the people, when they come to me, they're busy. Right. And if y'all heard me speak, y'all know I do not believe, and it's a full-time job to look for a job. Don't believe that. And I do not agree that you need to apply to 100 jobs a week or whatever. I don't agree with that either. That's when you don't have a strategy. When you have a strategy and this is branding. What I'm telling you all is branding. My specialty is personal branding, right? So when you brand yourself, you have incoming leads. You have people coming to you. So you don't even have to work as hard. It's automated. You sleeping, you're working, you're spending time with your family, you're vacationing, and you're getting people in your inbox emailing you or in your inbox and LinkedIn DMing you. All right. And that's what we all want. We want to make it easy. All right. I may do, if y'all want to hear a whole thing on this, I could do a whole program, a whole session on this. I love it so much and I see it so much. And especially for leadership roles, this is the technique that I recommend, right? It's more of an attraction, what I call like an attraction. Let me check the comments. All right. And then, oh, this is another question that I've been getting recently is how, Latrice, people are asking, how do I get speaking engagement? So a lot more of my clients, especially my leadership legacy clients, they want to get speaking engagements. Speaking engagements and selling from speaking. Oh, I didn't even know I was an expert at this until someone told me. Like they were like, "Girl, this is your jam." I was like, "You're right. I even have to take notice of my brand." So, again, if anything I'm speaking and you're like, "Latrice, can you do a whole session on this?" I will, cuz this is something I haven't talked about as much. And again, networking and speaking is how I built my business, even till this day. Look, until this day, it's honestly how I built my business, you guys. So, getting speaking engagements, I got my first few speaking engagements, whether paid or free. Tell people you're a speaker. Literally. I was like, yeah, I'm a speaker and a trainer. I'm a speaker. And they were like, oh, really? Can you speak on this? Yes. Just telling people one, making sure in your LinkedIn profile in the header, please have speaker there. You can also put speaker as an experience, right? Like as a job title, right? That'll help get speaking engagements. More tactical of like outward outreach, you can put in the search bar of LinkedIn a call for speakers and filter it by date, and you'll see who is having a call for speakers, and you can just apply. You can also do this on Google, but you got to filter it because you'll get a whole bunch, right? You can put in like your specialty, a date range, things like that. And that way, you're not just randomly going off at people. You're like, oh, okay, these people actually need speakers and they're putting in a call and they'll have some sort of application, right? Also, really quickly, you can look at local associations and just go and ask. That was one thing I did when I was first starting. I just started asking people. I just started asking associations that were in my niche that had a that had a like a complimentary service, right? I just love working with associations. I love that. Anybody knows I really love working with associations. They're so welcoming. You can look online and see and look up an association and see who the president is. A lot of times they're voluntary positions too. They may even have like on their website a little speakers application, but you can also just reach out to someone and be like, "Hey, I'm looking to speak. I do this," and they'll do it, and they'll be like, we'll love for you to speak." I used this. What was my first few? Was I spoke for a few the federal employed women. I spoke with them. I love them. I did several speaking engagements with them. The National Associations of African Americans in HR. I spoke for them, and they have several like they're national, so they have several like locations over the country. Just so many associations that I've worked with that I've loved, and then you can do it over and over again, right? So just know, like it's a little bit of work and putting yourself out there, but not much. So many ways to get speaking engagements, but see what's going to work for you. I like to have I like numbers of threes. Choose three techniques and work those techniques. Just work those, okay? Just kind of work them. Hey, it's just telling me LinkedIn user. Hey, let me know your name. I don't know why it's doing this. I can't. I was like, I can't see people, you guys. Oh, Hey, Trina. All right, now it's showing me on my phone. Hey, Trina. I love it. All right, so and let me say, this is another question that I've been getting recently. It's like, okay, Latrice, I have more work. I put myself out there. I branded myself. Now, how do I ask for a raise? I have a very specific raise. We call it the raise proposal, the branded raise proposal that I like to use. But essentially, you need to know what your ask is up front. Do not go in like whatever they feel is fair. No. What do you feel is fair? You need to have your number, right? And I know it's going to be uncomfortable. Have your ask first. Know what you want. And don't say, oh, I would like 10 this more. Have your number, our exact number. What's and then what's the difference in that in your salary? And then I would also come up with some alternative ways that you can become whole, right? Like if you want a $20,000 increase, I negotiated that for myself, perfectly negotiable, right? And then if they say no, are you willing to do a bonus structure, right? Are you willing to be like, can I get 10 in my salary and 10 in a bonus? Because then that bonus gets there quicker, right? Be willing to actually negotiate, which is nothing wrong with that, but have those things first. Then I always recommend practicing in the mirror or with a supportive person. So with my clients, they practice verbally saying it to me. I think it's so important that you verbally get things out of your mouth, right? And then, yes, you want to ask your boss for a conversation first. And then, whatever, like you have that conversation, have something in writing. You also want your request in writing. Okay. And then we have a follow up process that works very well as too. But that's the main way. Like, okay, how am I going to get this raise? Know what you want. Don't just be like, this is what I get so much. I just want more money. Well, we all want more money, but how much more? What's your number? What's your number? Don't leave it up to them. These are the same people who didn't give you no more money. They didn't give you a raise. And I am telling you all, this has worked so much and so effectively. I've had clients in both my programs be like, oh my goodness, Latrice, I can't believe it. It actually worked. They gave me more money. I was like, yeah. I have people in my Fearless Branding Formula program, and that program is $3,000, right? And my client was like, Latrice, I asked for a raise, and she got $10,000 more. She tripled her investment. She was like, I can't believe it. I was like, yeah, yes, believe it. You just asked. But it's not just asking. Again, it's having a strategy. So we go into detail about the strategy. You've been building your brand internally. So when you ask, it's not even a surprise anymore. They're like, oh, yeah, they should be like, yeah, I knew this was coming, right? Like, oh, yeah, I knew this was coming. I mean, I have clients, my individual clients that I work with, they're getting raises of 20, 30,000 or more. And the good thing with the raise is it and I love promotions too, but with that raise, they're just getting stretched that money. Like they don't need the additional duties because you're branding yourself as like, hey, I've already been doing the extra work. I've already been doing this. I just want the money. I just want the money, right? And usually it comes quicker and faster. So a lot of benefits to asking for a raise. And now is the best time. It's Q1, right? Companies kind of have their numbers, they know what they're doing. No more like, we got to wait to the beginning of the year. And and even if you're seeing like companies laying off, a lot of companies are hiring right now too. A lot of companies are hiring. So it's kind of that companies are aware of what's going on in the market. Like, yeah, people are laying off, but you know what? It's millions of companies and there's millions of positions out there as well, right? So I hope this has helped. I love doing these Q&As, you guys. So be sure to put some questions in. If I missed any of the comments, I'm going to go through and try to respond to as many as possible. I don't know why they never show up. I don't know, have to refresh or what, but I will figure this out and get that fixed. I'll figure it out. But again, if you have any questions, you feel free to DM me, put them in the comments, and I'm either going to, I think every Sunday I'll probably do like a Q&A session, and I will respond as well. You all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye.